When you're driving down the highway and you're hauling a heavy load, you want to make sure you get your bundle to the bay on time. You know, truckers have a job to do, and that job is making this big old world of ours go round. But nowadays, schedules are tighter than ever before. That's why truckers know how to gear up for that extra edge, and that edge is trucker meth. When the deadline is looming and you need to get your boogie on, you can count on trucker meth to get the job done. With just 1 teaspoon, you can start pushing double nickel and get that bear off your donkey. So get tweaked on the Pookie the professionals use. Trucker meth is lot lizard certified, shabu friendly, and easy on the teeth. So grab yourself the best gack on the road and grab the wheel. With trucker meth, fuel injected satisfaction.
Before history was history, fools were we. Then we climbed a tree and finally we could see. Lo, then the internet made us smart, now know everything do we. Thus we share with thee these trifleries, till nobody learns a thing.
Welcome, everyone, to another fine episode of Bottom of the Barrel. My name is Jay Hickman.
I am Kyle Jones.
And I am John Swayze.
Oh, here we are again. Here we are again, fellas, just cracking the lid on a new barrel, and we're going to see what's inside, and it's very exciting for everyone. Okay.
Oh, that's
an excellent
cracking the bottom of the barrel.
That's an excellent sound effect. I don't know if it sounds like cracking oak or anything, but it's compelling. Anyway, tonight, our topic is a trip to the movies.
Yes, a rather Siskel and Ebert and Kyle.
Get out your popcorn, folks.
Oh, was there ever a Siskel, Ebert, and Roper? Like, did all three of them ever meet and talk about a thing?
Man.
That would have been, that would have been spicy.
I like Roper's hair.
So tonight is movie night. Movie night with the fellas. Hope you have your milk duds and popcorn. So tonight will be, I think, fun and insightful and maybe inspiring. But what inspired this was kind of the idea. All of us gentlemen are happily married with children. We all have children, apples of
Not the same children, we should point out. Different children. And not married to the same person. This is not some weird cultish.
That's true. Only one of the children is shared among the three marriages. No, we don't need to name any names. Like he or she knows who he or she is. But yes, so we all have kids. We all are.
They mow a great lawn. Let me just say that.
They sure do.
We're all
he or she.
He or she has not been doing a good job at my house, and I will take that's going to come out of he or she's allowance. We're all dads. We're all parents. We're doing our best in this dog eat dog world, and trying as best we can to be good parents, to inspire the kids, to lift them up, to show them the way to success. And I was thinking about that in terms of the movies, and I'll connect the dots as best I can, because I think as we think about what we want to pass on to our children, other than a family heirloom, what do we want to pass on? Kind of.
What about my skin cancer?
Well, we want to pass on intellectually or philosophically. It seems to me to come down to two things. There are like life lessons and then joy, things that bring joy. Like we want to share that with, we want to share that with anyone we love. But I think particularly for children, as we are raising them up and we want to have, them to have enriched, fulfilling lives. And we want to give them the things that we know brought us joy. over the years. And
you
so,
may have done a better job of this than I did.
thank you for that TED talk on parenting. That was great.
I offered some other things to my kids as well.
It's going to go. It's going to go downhill fast. And the reason I try to sound all lofty at the beginning here is so that the audience will very clearly tell when we're nosediving, and it will come soon.
The bottom of the barrel.
Oh yeah,
can't start at the bottom.
The only way to get to the bottom is to nosedive for sure.
Yeah. You got to start up high, 30,000 feet.
When you presented this topic several weeks ago or whenever we were talking about it, I thought it was really great because, obviously film in our generation, film has really played a huge role. I mean, obviously when the film has been around since 1900, but films, I mean, I just think in the 60s and 70s and 80s, I think had a very special because there was a lot of really crazy stuff going on, very adventurous when it comes to filmmakers, but then we also grew up watching the classics, so we had those to introduce to our kids too. So we had this, bevy of film selections that really affected us as individuals.
Sure. Yeah,
and we're all admittedly kind of movie buffs. So this is the thing.
Right.
Well, I have
because we don't like reading books. We'd rather wait for the movie
because that was a chore back when we were kids.
It's like, why did they write the book? They should have seen the movie.
I have one more dot to connect us into all this, but where what you've said is terrific, and I'll loop right back in. But I think in terms of the things we want to pass on to our kids, those things that are joyful, that brought us joy when we were kids, and we want to share that. There are things like a favorite restaurant or grandma's secret recipe for this thing that you grew up with, and we'll find that recipe from our parents, and then we'll make it with our kids when they're of age where they're interested in cooking. Then there's recreating an experience, like maybe the first time we went to Disneyland or Disney World. And when we take our children, we're like, ooh, I wonder if that one thing is still here, because that one thing left an indelible impression. And then the fourth subcategory here is very clearly movies. Like, to John's point, they had such an indelible kind of imprint on us. And I think, adding to your reasons, John, I think the advent of technology today, there are so many more places for us to find escapism. Streaming or, just anywhere on the internet, you can go to find your way to be entertained. When we were kids, obviously there was television. There were lots of books, as you said, but then for the special experience, for that special storytelling experience, you could go to the theater, or much more accessible was going to a movie. And so I think that was right. But even before that, I mean, because I think that the story I'm going to tell that kind of got me into why all this matters to me was taking place when I was, a preteen or early teen. So even before the advent of Blockbuster. But yeah, I mean, you could rent a film.
It was so easy. But yeah, all I'm saying. Yeah,
I think I agree. I totally agree. It's so much easier today. It was not, you could rent a film back then, but there was something about
those early times going actually to the movie theater itself.
Yes, that's special.
Yeah, I mean, please don't make me do my Nicole Kidman AMC promotion. I really don't. I don't want to talk about what makes movies magical, but it might have something to do with dazzling images
movies that
on
I'm
a huge silver screen, sound that I can feel. Somehow, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best part of us, and the stories feel perfect and powerful.
Nobody. You said don't make me do this, and nobody did, and yet you did it. That was amazing.
I could sense.
It was a look. You gave him a look.
Yeah, there was a look.
That's it. Yeah.
To
your point.
What you're saying is, you made your kids watch all the Nicole Kidman movies.
I think they turned out pretty well. Do you have an argument to the contrary?
I'm trying to think of her catalog, but
one of them is mowing everyone's lawn. So
yeah.
But
movies, I remember, and I've got questions for you guys. So I don't really know how we're structuring the movie thing, but I do have questions for each of you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my first question is, what is your...
Well, thanks to Nicole Kidman and no one else, we now understand what makes movies magical. I think there truly is something, certainly when we were children and when going to the movies was a treat and you couldn't just open up your laptop, click on any movie on the planet that you wanted to see and watch it in the comfort of your home. It was special. And so I think it was an immersive experience. And as we were children, kind of looking for an adventure or some escapism or some inspiration, we found it, like for sure. Like I remember when I was quite young, I don't quite remember the year Superman 2 came out, but that was a year when my mother took me to the mall. She had some shopping to do and dropped me off at the theater, bought a ticket, saw that I was headed
by
into
yourself.
Yeah. I was
by yourself.
I was 9 or 10, like fairly young, but she was.
Wow.
It was the mall Cineplex. She was also in the building somewhere, and it was a time when that was perfectly fine. So she dropped me off by myself. I went in to sit down for Superman 2, and I came out. I was going down the exit hallway. She was waiting right in the lobby where we had promised, and I remember running, like just thrilled. That you could still hear some John Williams in the theater behind me, and I remember tearing down the hallway to my mom, imagining I would lift off. Like I was running fast enough. I was pretty sure like I was probably going, like it was just.
You were probably going faster than a speeding bullet.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Thank God you weren't running backwards. You would have stopped time and reversed everything.
I was so pumped full of adrenaline. I was probably going near to the speed of sound. So, but that was the effect of that film on me at that age. Like truly, I came out of there believing I might have superpowers.
Okay,
1980. It was released in 1980.
Okay.
Why did
so I was
that,
8 years old.
Why did that movie? Why did it have that impact? Was it the first movie that you got to see on your own? Like, man, Mom left me alone. I'm like an adult
I doubt that. I doubt
or
that.
was it Christopher Reeve in tights?
It was Christopher Reeve in tights. There's no question. Like
underwear on the outside.
Yeah, how revolutionary.
Yeah, there was something about that sparked magic for me.
Well, all right, Jay. Well, let me suggest another theater for you.
Kryptonite.
You'll enjoy this. It's little. Just go down the alleyway there.
The Paul
and look for the
Rubens,
red light.
the Paul Rubens Magicplex. Yeah, so that kind of sets the stage. Like there were moments like that in my childhood. Like throughout the 80s, we were seeing these movies and it's something about that era of movie making, something about the movies that were coming out in the 80s that were just special and just really hit the zeitgeist and kind of tapped into what we were feeling, certainly as, preteens or teenagers at that time, like the John Hugheses and the, Ivan Reitmans and all of them, like they seemed to know what we wanted and they were serving it up on a silver platter. And so there was just something about watching those movies as a kid that I just look back on fondly year after year after year. And as an adult, as a grown man, I was like, my kids are now at that age, the same age I was when I walked out of the theater feeling like I could take on the world. I want to share that. Like I want them to have that experience because, I'm worried about them and the path they're taking. And I know that I came out perfect. And so if I can reiterate as many of the things that I did for them,
let me just say, with your kids,
maybe.
there is nothing wrong with lawn service. I mean, they're fine.
You can take pride in that.
They're going to be fine, dude. You know how many lawns there are?
It's honest work. Yeah, and it'll never go out of.
And if you can get some in the same neighborhood, dude, you can clean up in about 2 hours, like maybe 10 lawns. So don't sell your kids short.
I do have something to bring up about Jay said that you did it the same age I wanted to show this to my children at the same age then. Yeah. I have a similar story, but this is about my first rated R movie. Should we wait for that, or should I go
please.
ahead?
Let's wait. I've got a couple PGs to get through, and then by all means, I know what this story is, and I'm excited for it.
Okay, please.
Well, can I just say,
stay with
my God,
and just to add to what you're talking about, Jay, and the reason I was asking about was that why was it such a big thrill? Because I remember there were 3 movies that I've seen, and I'll just gloss over these real quick. But I can remember they actually all had very specific and poignant. They were very poignant times in my life where I felt like I was taking a step across the threshold of manhood and that kind of thing. The very first one was back in the late 60s or maybe early 70s. I can't remember. Anyway, I was at my grandparents' place in Kerrville, and I went down to the theater, to the theater. There was only one in Kerrville, and I saw Planet of the Apes, and it was mind blowing.
Yeah,
get your hands off me, you dirty stinking ape, Charlton Heston, and the whole thing, and then of course the sexually clad native women or whatever they were. The monkeys I was not turned on by, just for our audience.
Even the sexually clad ones.
Well, they're Dr. Zayas. But anyway, that's not the point.
Dr. Zayas,
but then the next movie, I saw a lot of great movies at that time period, but the next movie that I went to go see that had such a really big impact was Stir Crazy with Gene Wilder. And
remember how you told me not to tell my rated R story?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the story. I'm just going to tell you it was a fun.
I love
Stir
deal.
Crazy. And and then
that was a big movie for me on HBO.
But my biggest that had a oh my God was Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, really? Yeah, so you're a little older than
I'd never seen boobs in a movie before, man. I mean, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, boobs is a whole category.
Yeah.
In the 80s movies, though, they had the ratings were different. Like boobs showed up in PG movies. Like 16 Candles has
X
boobies
movie,
in it.
their movies were X, but they didn't necessarily mean what X means today.
Yeah.
Where it's just a porn. There was just enough sexuality in it, but it was a mainstream, The Postman Always Rings Twice with Marlon Brando. That was a rated X movie, but it was a legit, it was just a rating. It wasn't like chicka bow, it wasn't chicka bow wow or whatever. It was just
good song.
This is rated PG, this is R, and this one's X.
I remember watching Airplane. Abrams Zucker with my brother.
Oh, yeah.
We were very young lads, and there's when it really hits the fan. There's a moment where some passenger walks across the screen topless, pauses for a moment to jiggle, and then continues. And it was a half a second. The
greatest day of your life.
But we both became men that day. We went out and slaughtered a
both went to the
wildebeest.
bathroom.
Yeah, we took turns. But yeah, we couldn't believe our eyes. And it was only a half a second. And I know that because we paused and slowed down and timed it. It was only on screen for half a second.
It took you 3 hours to time it for science. Yeah. Just be thorough.
Little side note on boobs. Greatest boobs I've ever seen in a movie. Phoebe Cates, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Well, that was my generation's sort of moment. The cars are playing the
Let the Good Times Roll.
No. Anyway,
so John, what has your experience been like then sharing the best boobs on screen with your children? Like
moving in stereo.
How do you introduce that to them so that they understand?
I say that is wrong. Look away.
What? Don't do that. You'll mess them all up.
I don't do that. No, I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I was just last night.
Do we want to go back to the rated G, or are we already to the R stuff?
Well, I was just saying last night on TV, this is TV. My daughter was watching a show, my youngest daughter, who's 18 now. But she was looking at something and I was like, oh, they're having sex. Look, I see side boob. And she was just, Dad, stop it. That's weird. That's weird. I'm like, well, now let me show you weird. And,
you want to see weird.
To bring in a llama.
So What's funny?
Can I stop a conversation or can I stop a conversation?
That's what's funny.
Yeah.
And scene.
Scene. All right.
So yeah,
We've hit the bottom.
From that era, indeed, there was one movie in particular that, and maybe a series of movies that really impacted me and became a thing that I wanted certainly to share as best I could with my kids, and that was from the Rocky franchise.
Okay, which one?
For me, the most compelling, the most important was Rocky III. Like that was the first movie from the franchise that I saw.
Mr. T.
Yeah, with Mr. T. Like that came
Clubber
out.
Lane.
That came out in 1982. I was 10 years old. Saw it in a theater with some friends and could not believe it. Like just so filled with pride and, kind of.
It's crazy.
The warrior's
How
spirit.
did it compare to Superman 2? Because now you're on Rocky 3.
Yeah.
So I assume Jaws 4 was your ultimate movie.
In 4D, when they splattered,
in 4D,
they could splatter blood, salt water on the audience.
And you actually felt it.
So I was at that age. I was 10 years old. I saw Rocky 3 and I couldn't believe it. I had not seen Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. I knew that it was part of a series. I knew that something preceded it, but it didn't matter to me. Like the way they had told the story, certainly for the mind of a 10-year-old, I did not.
10-year-old Rocky, the first one wouldn't really. A 10-year-old would get bored in the middle of that.
It certainly was the case for me because as a 10-year-old, Rocky III, so much adrenaline, so much action, so much just great good guy versus bad guy storytelling. And we all knew Mr. T. We all knew Mr. T from A-Team. Like, so he was like a big star to go up against the big star, Sylvester Stallone. Like, we're all like,
bum, 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 bum.
And
bum,
so,
bum, bum, bum,
how did we get here?
How did we get into the A-Team theme?
Because it's so,
Mr.
also,
T.
also
Mr. T.
impactful from that age. It all flows together somehow. But quickly,
why didn't they ever make a movie? Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, I will get to the idea that Rocky 1 would have been boring for me is definitely key to the story. But pretty quickly following Rocky 3 came Rocky 4. It was in 1985. It was 3 years later. I was still a teenager, or I was now a teenager, an early teenager. And Rocky 4 it took everything that made Rocky 3 so exciting and put it on steroids appropriately.
Yeah. Literally
and figuratively. And so I know I've talked to Kyle before about this movie and the experience of seeing this movie in the theater.
We watched it again recently.
And so I've heard you talk
with our pants off.
I've heard you talk about what that was like in the theater. And it was like you were at the Olympics. For the 1982 U.S. versus Russia hockey game, Miracle on Ice. It was like it was that energy, but in a movie.
The people stood in the theater.
You're talking about for Rocky 4.
Yes.
Yeah, the big final fight
against Dolph Lundgren.
The big Russian America versus
who was played by a German.
Everyone in the daggum theater was standing and jumping up and down and screaming at the screen.
Yeah. So
it was insane.
We had something not quite like that. I was in Britain at the time, and that was important to me because the film is so filled with American pride. And as a young lad in Britain, I was a little homesick for America. I was definitely in a position where I had to argue on behalf of my country from time to time for people that weren't of my country to be like, no, you're wrong. America's awesome. And so to go to the theater to have this played out for me in such a powerful way, I was like, see, I told you, America's the best. America, USA. And so that was
the tiger, baby. I the tiger.
That was part of what made it all just so. Those two movies in sequence for me, I was just like, oh.
How far, Jay? How far did they come apart from each other?
They were released 3 years apart.
Okay.
Rocky 3 was in 82. Rocky 4 was in 85. And
so when they did Rocky 2, it debuted. They jumped right in, or excuse me, Rocky 3. Rocky. Which one was Rocky 2? That's the first one with that's the
rematch with Apollo Creed.
I can help.
The
This is-
rematch.
okay, and then Rocky 3 is the one with Dolph Lundgren.
No, I'll help. I can do this real quick. I can do this real quick.
Okay.
Rocky, the first Rocky came out in 1976. It featured.
He loses to Apollo Creed.
He does,
Correct.
but it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Like he's pulled off of the streets.
Yeah.
And it was
because
the,
his name is Italian
he wasn't the chump. Yeah, he wasn't the chump that was supposed to fall down in 3 rounds. He hung it
Right.
with the champ.
and made a name. Like
And
it was the best.
At the end of the
most
day, he
successful-
lost, but it was like, it was kind of close though.
Yeah, it was the most
was a
successful
great
loss
loss.
a person could have. Yeah, he did amazing. 3 years later, 1979 is Rocky 2. Apollo Creed wants a rematch, or somebody wants a rematch, and the two of them have a rematch. Rocky wins that one.
Yeah, he does.
Apollo 3, excuse me, Rocky 3, go ahead.
Three years later, 1982 is Rocky 3. Mr. T
He's
versus
defending
Rocky.
his title now.
Yes,
He's
against
successful in that.
against
He
a
lives in a
monster.
mansion.
Yeah. He finds
Mr. T,
finds the eye of
who
the
was
tiger.
with the A-Team.
Apollo trained him for that, to find the eye of the tiger so he could beat Mr. T. 3 years later is Rocky 4.
Oh.
So far, it's 3 years in between every one of them.
And it was
You got
so what year
Reagan in
was,
the White
What was
House.
4? I was just going to say, dude, that was such a big Reagan Bush time. Was all about taking down the U.S.
Cold War was in
Mr.
full effect.
Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
that wall.
Yeah, that's from that era.
Yeah,
That was 1985.
It did come down. So other movies that were
because
really
of
popular,
Sylvester
though,
Stallone.
right? But other
Italian
movies,
Stallion.
Red Dawn was a very big movie with Patrick Swayze and a host of.
yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just talking about the era of the Cold War movies that were
A quick fact
like
about
pro
Red
America.
Dawn.
Go down. Yeah.
Quick fact about Red Dawn. First PG-13 movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's when they came out with the new rating system, and
Yeah.
that was the first one.
It was great.
And what gave
Tons
it
of
the
stars
13?
in there.
The violence? Because there's no
assuming, yeah.
boobies in that one.
the
No.
Ruskies.
Yeah, I think
There's
it may have
there's
been.
no Russian boobs either. I mean, there's no boobs, American or Russian. There's no boobs.
Y'all
And
just
I've
didn't look
searched
hard
it
enough.
again and again. I've looked at it backwards. I've looked at it
Not enough.
every which way. There is no.
No, I think it was just the
violence.
big world view of it, maybe. And society changes around things because, like, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is, well, I'm sorry. In Close Encounters is as big headed as you can get, and they wasn't PG-13. They came up with it.
Actually, E.T. had a bigger head.
Oh
E.T..
boy. So anyway,
That's on the list.
Rocky 4 was the one that kind of was the pinnacle of my Rocky journey. Rocky 4, the one where the Russian just threw Rocky Balboa into his own corner like a rag doll. That moment.
So is
And what followed from it stayed with me for the rest of my life. I remembered Rocky 3 and 4 and had still never seen Rocky 1 or Rocky 2. And so somewhere in 1990 when Rocky 5 came out, and I won't spend too much time talking about Rocky 5.
You shouldn't.
It doesn't warrant
why
it.
say any time spent talking about it? I won't spend too much of our time left.
It came out, and obviously because of the power of 3 and 4, I was like, well, hell, you have to. I mean, it's a moral imperative. You have to watch Rocky 5. And me and my roommates tried to and couldn't. It was really bad, but it harkened me back. And I was like, for all the impact 3 and 4 had, I've never seen 1 and 2. Like I was too young when they came out. And so I rented Rocky 1 as an early 20-something and gave it a go.
How'd that play out for you?
Not so good, Al.
Oh,
The problem is you didn't see it on a VHS tape. You watched it streaming or something.
No,
stupid.
that's incorrect.
You didn't get the real effect. It's like listening to an analog album versus digital music.
So
you
wrong
didn't
is-
see it in its glory, man. When on the huge screen when he's eating those raw eggs. That was like everyone was just like, "Whoa! Are those real eggs?
You started
They
to
were.
really
They were.
do that?"
you started your tirade by saying, well, you didn't see it on a VHS tape like you should have. And then you were
did.
like,
I'm jumping around.
The glory of raw eggs on a big screen. So yes, no, I didn't see it on the big screen, and I'm sure that was impactful. But as an early 20-something, still, I did not have...
The eggs were bigger.
I did.
Did you feel the joy when he made it to the top of the stairs?
Of course
Did you share in his victory?
Well, yeah, I mean, that scene was iconic already without my having seen the film. Like, I knew about making it to the top of the stairs, and by then I had been to Philadelphia to see. I had seen the statue, which is really still
was
there.
In Planet of the Apes, actually.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as.
So, I mean, I knew about those iconic scenes, but I had not made it through the whole film. And as an early 20-something, still could not make it all the way through. I was just like, I can't. I'm sorry.
It's killing you.
I'm not grown up enough. Aha.
Oh,
so
okay.
When my children were preteens, I was like, I want to introduce you to the things that brought me joy and growth and inspiration when I was your age. And Rocky was a big one. And I agonized over how to introduce them to it.
Oh,
because I was like, of course I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
You started with the action movie.
I was like, should I start you in the way I started, or should I start the way most of the rest of America started?
Now,
with
your
1,
kids
2,
have
3,
seen
4.
a movie, though, before this. This isn't the first movie they've ever seen.
Right. But they've been watching all of the, Avatars and the Disney Channel and the
High School Musicals.
And I was like, I want to introduce you to real cinema. And how am I going to do it? And I was like, the Rocky franchise is how I'm going to do it. But how do I do the Rocky franchise? The way I came into it, starting with 3? Or shall we be grown-ups and start with 1? And so
it's Star Wars.
It took exactly where I was going to parlay into.
It took me a long time to figure out how to do it. And I truly, more than a year.
When's the screening? When's it happening?
It's coming up soon. I wrote to some movie reviewers to be like, I would like to ask you some advice.
Greatest parent in the world.
Yeah. I was like, I trust
We're not half-assing this, man.
I trust your judgment.
I'm reaching out. Yeah.
On the impact of movies. Yeah. I wrote to Siskel and Ebert. I was like, dear Mr. Ebert, please help. How do I introduce my children to the Rocky franchise? And so most of the advice I was getting back from no one famous was like, be a grown-up, like be Rocky 1. Like, why are you so hung up on this? I'm like, because of the magic that I felt starting with 3 and unable to recapture the magic by watching 1 as a 20-year-old. And so I finally told my daughter, who had at this point turned like 19 years old. I was like,
and you're starting with it. Okay.
I was like,
you're trying to push a girl into a boxing thing
because at the time she was the most.
It's not $1 Million Baby.
No.
I would be pushing my daughter on a different movie than my father. And
I had already pushed my children, as it were, into other things. Like we had watched Ghostbusters together. Because that was around the same era, magical to me. The first Ghostbusters, Bill Murray and team. And so we watched it, and my daughter was mid-teens at the time, and she was like, that was really fun. Like the special effects were, the special effects
different
weren't
times
great.
And all.
Yeah.
But I think they won awards.
At the time they did, and at the time the special effects, we couldn't believe them. Like we saw Slimer in the 80s. Like we were like, how did they do that? It's translucent. How did they do that? It was incredible. For the cinematic kind of sophistication of someone in the 2015, less so. Yeah. We had already done this. Like I'd been like, movies from my childhood, I really want to share with you. The Rocky one was special, and I was agonizing over it. And so finally, my daughter's older, and she was like, Dad, just let's do the whole series. You own the series, right? Like I purchased it all on DVD.
Way to go, daughter.
Now she's like, let's just start at the beginning. Like, she's like, why
normal people?
Yeah, why are you being so weird about this? Let's start at the beginning. I was like, wow, from the mouths of babes. The wisdom of children.
So how'd it go?
Amazing. She laughed
Great.
and laughed and cried, and we like
Through all of them? She loved them all? Did she love them in the sequence that they should have been in?
We started with one.
How would she know?
We were in the middle. It was for me the first time to see the entirety of one. I had gotten halfway through 20 years prior, and here I am as a grown man.
Told you, best dad ever.
The father of a 19-year-old daughter, and she. There were moments that she was just like, "Oh my God, yeah," like wonderful cinematic experience. And I was like,
movie making.
I was like, this is a great damn movie. Like, Jesus. But I needed to be a little more mature to realize that. And so she was like, yeah, so what's next? And so we just plowed through.
That's great. Did you know he still owns those turtles? Or those,
Yes, he
they're
does.
still alive.
Yes, he
the
does.
2 turtles from the very first movie that he's showing his shabby apartment off to Hadrian, and he like
Hadrian's wall.
And he makes
Just give him a little piece of. Yeah.
Did you,
they're still
did
around,
you also know?
and he still has them.
Did
Sylvester
you also know that the movie was
John
directed
doesn't
by
care.
John Avildsen, who
No,
went on to later direct, John Avildsen, great director, who went on to later direct 8 Seconds. And
I know
featuring
something
yours
about that
truly.
movie. That's a special
Yours
movie
truly.
because
That's a great
It's
plug
very
for
short.
you, John.
It's a very short movie. Oh, yeah, I'm plugging myself. I think I get a residual check at this point. I'm not sure.
John will share with us now the experience of introducing his children to 8 Seconds, one of the most important films ever made.
That's
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Second only.
So
to,
I do, Jay, I have a question for you, and I want to know this from both of you.
I'm afraid your 8 seconds are up.
Oh, shit. But I would like to know, do you have, each of you, do you have a series of movies that you would want your kids to watch? Like, I mean,
Of course, yeah.
you were talking about, Jay, this was the movie that you wanted them to watch because it had such an impact on you.
Yeah.
But are there, I mean,
A
obviously there's been
franchise.
so many good movies, and I know this would have to be a 20-part series to really get through it all. But are there 4 or 5, whatever, how many numbers?
Yeah. I
some
tried to
movies
do a list
I want my
myself.
kids to watch this movie because I was impacted by it so much.
Yeah.
And there's a lesson to be learned.
I think that's why he suggested this podcast.
so we could
I know it
discuss
is.
this very thing.
But I'm asking for, it can't just be Rocky 2 or Rocky 3. I mean, there's got to be more.
3 and
I mean, is there,
4.
Jay? Please tell me, for the love of God, please tell me there's other movies.
There's also a 5.
we have
and
a
6.
list?
We already spoke about, of course, Ghostbusters, which was important to me for them to see. It was not important to me that they see Ghostbusters 2. We have never watched that together as a family and probably never will. That's
Really?
with the
It's
walking with the walking Statue of Liberty. You liked that.
Well, that's the ending. Think of the
I haven't seen it
guy.
yet. Thank you both.
What's his name? He wound up in Ally McBeal or whatever. The
guy that
I always forget this actor's name, but
That's fine.
Janusz is his name in the thing, and he is
Sure,
the
Janusz.
museum curator. It's a
Sure.
masterful performance.
It was great.
And
So
yeah,
good.
Mark.
You know, for our listeners out there, there's a huge disparity apparently in our age because I'm like, Ghostbusters, really? I mean, so like Bill Murray movie, I would have picked Stripes.
Right. You showed. How old were your kids when you showed them Stripes?
Well, they haven't seen Stripes. I didn't recognize.
What are we talking? I thought you asked
He
which
said
ones.
But-
he said he
no,
would
but-
have picked Stripes, not that he
I would have
did.
picked Stripes for a Bill Murray movie. Is
Yeah,
all
like
saying.
I'm not sharing
my
any
fir-
Bill
the first-
Murray movies with my children.
the
God!
first-
But if I
Scrooge.
did,
the first two movies that I wanted my kids to watch were
Okay.
Doctor Strangelove and Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
How?
And
This
they
is the
were,
first
I don't know.
ones.
I think one of them was still in the womb. It was early on.
So you
No,
were
but they
sitting
were-
there with your kid in the little bouncy rocker, just watching it yourself.
watching. Yeah. They also learned how to do bong hits and drink whiskey. But the point is,
No, those are
is
great
that-
movies.
Well, those aren't movies. But anyway, yeah, those are movies. Yeah. I thought you meant
Wow.
bong hit and whiskey drinking. No, but both those movies were now. Those are not my two favorite movies. I don't know.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
wait,
we're talking about what we want to share with the kids.
Right, what we want to share with the kids. But
kids.
I would think you'd want to share your favorite movie with your kids.
There's a lot of crossover, but it depends on their age. So maybe we do this. How about your prepubescent kid, your PG movie that you had to do? Because then we need to cross.
This will
the
segue
boundary.
us into their favorite R movie. But yeah, I'm with you, Kyle, on this very much. Like all of the ones for me, and I've shared them now, are ones that I experienced as a preteen or teenager. That I was like, these had such an impact on me, and I want my children to see it. So it was, Rocky, as we mentioned, Ghostbusters, as we mentioned, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Karate Kid, just like all of these films around the same time, mid 80s, I was just like walking out of those theaters going like, my whole worldview has changed. And, as a father, I was like, whatever impact that had on me, if I can somehow recreate that for you in some way, let's try it. The world is different, obviously, 30 years later, but let's give it a try anyway, because those movies were powerful. So those Star Wars, of course, was enormous.
That's exactly what I was going to say is my childhood completely changed once Star Wars happened. I was born in 1972. I was the perfect age for all this to happen. And so the Star Wars universe is, I showed it to the kids as soon as I possibly could. And I did have a bit of a similar situation with you and Rocky about what's the order? Do I start with one? That was not
except what's I'm sorry. What's interesting is, as you know, the Star Wars sequence for us was not 1 through
right, not at all.
It started at 4.
Yeah, sort of.
So I mean,
really, 4 was the first one. I've never heard this. Do you have references?
Yes,
anywho, I did.
To your point, Kyle. The sequence of Star Wars is something that plagues everyone on the planet Earth. Like, where do you start?
Still today.
Yeah. So like it keeps
changing because
you had company in terms of where do I start the kids on this one?
And there's serious camps on which ones should be first. I mean,
there are movies omitted from the timeline.
Indeed. It's like, characters could be omitted from whatever.
But no, I did 4, 5, 6, which was 1, 2, 3 for me. Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. And Empire Strikes Back is the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
As far as a kid being in a theater. In fact, I was at a birthday party that there were not enough seats, and apparently, the mom who scheduled this party, I'm realizing as an older man here, she did not, buy tickets in advance. But that was a lot harder back then. But there was not room for us, so we sat in the aisles.
Back when you could do that,
and watched Empire Strikes Back.
I thought the story was going in a different way. I thought you were about to say the mom who scheduled the party ended up having to take one of the boy guests on her lap that wasn't her son. I ended up being that boy, and it changed my life. Now I'm a man. That's why that was my greatest film.
Please meet Mrs. Kyle Jones.
Different story.
That's not what I meant.
But they did cut my hand off.
Okay. Anyway, you know what's really interesting?
That's not true.
As the Star
Wars New
as
Hope,
the little gift bag for all the party guests was a mechanical hand. Everyone got a mechanical hand. That's nice.
You see, he gets his hand cut off. Yeah. Luke gets his hand cut off, and he's holding the lightsaber, right? And it goes down into the big chasm of Caspian City. And, you would assume that Lando Calrissian Bespin, by the way. We're in Bespin City. And you would assume Lando would have come across this thing, right? But no, he doesn't. It doesn't come from there when they do the remakes. And the later issues, they get the freaking lightsaber back from some little box from bullcrap land nowhere. Bullshit.
Box?
Sorry, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I will say that
I'm sorry,
That's how Star Wars fans work.
A New Hope was really good because it was like nothing we had ever seen before. I mean,
right? And Greedo never shot. Greedo never even shot. It's not Han Solo shot first. It's just Greedo never shot. Han Solo shot.
He never had a shot. He never had a chance.
Yeah, he just blew him away.
But then Empire.
So I didn't know that I was getting on a ship with a trustworthy guy. He was a murderer.
It feels like we're getting off topic, maybe possibly.
It was
you really need to let
turned
Greedo
into
go.
a better guy via the Force.
What I was saying is that
anyway, that's what I told my son on his 16th birthday party. I sat him down. I'm like, son, you're becoming a man. It's time that you knew. Greedo never shot at all.
Yeah.
Never shot at all.
We are circling the bottom of the barrel right now.
Okay,
folks.
no, we're nowhere close.
No.
Please keep going, John. I just had to get that out. Star Wars was my biggest one.
I'm just saying that what was great about the great thing about Star Wars was it was like nothing we'd ever seen before. So it had that thing. I mean, just the opening shot of that spaceship, the battle
kept going.
That just kept going and going and going. But then, just when you think, how are they going to outdo it? They come up with one of the greatest lines ever in movie history. I am your father. Well, all right, the second greatest line.
Oh, okay.
Luke, I am your father. I mean, that was just that was like that made everybody just freak the F out because they were like,
that's not the real line, is it,
God.
Kyle? You want to correct him, don't you?
I know. I'm about to get
do.
so. I was so mad inside.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
You've heard of the Mandela effect, right? Jesus.
Oh, no, not that
Luke,
again.
I am your mother.
Right.
No, he just
Thank
says,
you.
no, I am your father.
I'm your great uncle Darth. On your mother's side.
I know
Once
they were-
removed.
We have fun, don't we?
So please.
What is the line?
Star
What
Wars,
is the line?
a thing. I just know I am your father.
Yeah.
It's not Luke, I am
It's
your
just
father.
I am your father.
But
But he doesn't even say Luke at the beginning with a big pause.
He says, go ahead, punk. Make my day.
You have to ask yourself, do you have 3 lightsaber blasts or 2?
2 lightsaber blasts. Oh, my God. We've completely lost the plot.
That's about enough of that. Let's take a quick break.
Our sponsor this week is Trinicom Communications. When it comes to your business, you're the expert, and you need to stay focused on the things that you do best, and that's, well, running your business. And to do that, communication is key. You don't need network hiccups and access issues slowing you down. You need a data partner who gets you on track and keeps you on track. For 30 years, Trinicom's VoIP and data solutions have provided a full breadth of business communication essentials. Start with reliability and flexibility with Trinicom's cloud-based voice services. Eliminate the pitfalls of maintaining your own telephone system with Trinicom's hosted PBX. Enjoy the stability of business internet connectivity with Trinicom's state-of-the-art fiber internet access. Also, you can work with confidence, knowing you are backed by the security of the Trinicom cloud and server co-location, featuring multiple power backup systems, redundant cooling, and multiple Tier 1 bandwidth providers. And since Trinicom owns its own data center and telecom switch, they can provide service and solutions directly and quickly. On top of that, Trinicom's fully managed IT support staff is there to quickly tackle anything that may come your way. In fact, Trinicom can even design your website. So keep your business churning and your success growing. Let Trinicom handle the rest. To learn more, visit Trinicom.com. That's TRINICOM.com.
Welcome back to the bottom of the barrel, already in progress.
That reminds me, Kyle Jones, you had a wonderful story about introducing a child to an R-rated movie when they were of an appropriate age.
Let's leave that last part out. But I was going, I finally got my first dad's taking me to an R-rated movie. moment when I was a kid.
Your dad's taking you to an R-rated
Yeah. Let's pause
Yeah.
there because have all of us had that experience? I have not.
Your dad has never taken me to an R-rated movie. Ever.
That was
You tell him I
not a
said
thing.
that.
Like I do have a story related about my father taking me to a film the year that Star Wars 2 came out. Like because that was the
Star
most
Wars
impactful
2?
Star Wars
Jesus
for me.
Christ.
My
I'm gonna
dad
kill
took me to
myself.
Jaws, but I don't know if Jaws was an R-rated movie or not.
I doubt it.
I don't know if it was PG. I think it was just PG.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
But I think, Kyle, I believe this experience might be novel for you. Like, I don't think that this was not a thing I had with my dad where he was like, son, it's time you knew. Let's go see whatever.
Well, the R-rated movie, PG was parental guidance, and then R was restricted for adults only, and children had to be accompanied by a parent. Was
Right.
the rule. It wasn't no children allowed, but it was still just a caution that okay, if you're going to see it, just a bunch of kids can't go walk in and see this movie.
What is the age to go in by yourself if you wanted to? Is it 18 or 17 at that time?
Which
An
one?
R-rated film.
Back there, I think it was 18.
Because
I'm not sure.
NC-17 came later, but I wondered if it was a 17-year-old for an R movie or an 18-year-old.
I want to say it was lower, like a
18.
15 or something.
No way.
No.
All right, Kyle,
Oh,
please
gosh.
continue.
Okay.
I'll do a little light research. Please go on with this special
While
moment
you're
with your
doing
father.
research, so my dad said dad was always a big fan of a comic book character, and they finally made a movie of that comic book character. And so
Wonderland.
It's not a comic book.
Disney's its own thing. We've all shared our every Disney movie with our kids, I'm sure. But nonetheless, yes, he says, hey, I'm going to take you to this movie of my favorite superhero, and you're going to come along and you get to see it. And we had already talked about what rated R movies were and that it was, an adult movie, but he was there to talk me through any things that might be upsetting. Conan the Barbarian.
Oh.
Think back to Conan the Barbarian. By nowadays, I don't know.
Man boobs.
It's not that crazy, right? I don't know. But anyway, so here we are.
No, not anymore.
So we go to the movie. I love it. I leave, and later, as that just left an impression on me. It's like, wow, Dad thinks I'm old enough to handle this stuff, all this violence and blur, blur, blur.
So I apologize, Kyle. 1 second. So he took you to this when it was new in theaters? It had just come out?
Yeah, I went to the theater on its release. And
so that film
do you remember
came out,
the year?
It came out in 1982. So you would have been 10 years old, and Dad took you to an R-rated movie as a 10-year-old.
Technically 11.
Okay, fair enough.
Because of my
you have a late birthday, yeah.
Any R movies, it was always PR. I mean, parental guidance stuff. I mean, even if you're
that was
PG was parental guidance, but you could take your son or your daughter to an R-rated movie as long as you were with them.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
By the way, I've done the research. I can do this real fast. Age is 17. If you were 17 years old, you could get into an R. If you're under 17, you must be accompanied by a grown-up to get into an R. The later rating of NC-17 is you have to be 17, parent or not. Like no parent can take a 13-year-old into an NC-17. You've got to be 17.
What about an 11-year-old?
They could still take them into an R, though.
Yes, they could.
So here, so I went, saw it, loved the Conan movie, love it today.
Was there anything about the film that you found troubling? That your dad was like, Kyle, you don't have to worry. It's okay. I'm here to guide you through. You were like, Dad, I'm worried about, like, or did you cringe? Or did anything happen? But like, or he was completely right. You were totally ready at age 11 to experience
I don't know if I was
the adult
ready.
themes. Okay.
But I did not come out traumatized. I just
gotcha.
saw it as a cool movie, and
and it was certainly was.
I did not understand the big green orgy soup that happens at the end. I did not know what was happening.
Do you understand that now? Because I'm not sure I do.
Right?
Don't think. Are we supposed to talk about this? I don't know. I will tell you, my first R movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
This happens every time.
No, I did it. I thought you were now. I'm sorry.
No, now I've got to show my kid. So I feel compelled, like, oh, I'm going to pass this on to my kid. That was my first rated R movie. I've got my firstborn was a son, and so I go, hey. I'm gonna do that. That'll be the first father-son adult movie
thing we've ever done.
Right, because that was an ordeal for me. So I thought.
And how much did you want to create the circumstances of yours? Like same age, or just like it'll just be the first movie?
We did not go to a theater because that would be impossible. But same age, and so.
Okay.
So I looked up, how old was I when this came out and the time, and I go, oh, okay, so I was 11. And so I'm talking to the wife about this, and she's like, oh, hell no. At the time.
I know your wife. I can actually picture that.
So, because I wanted to do it on his 11th birthday after he had his little superhero party or whatever it was, but she said, "Oh hell no!" So we came to an arrangement that night that
there was your mistake. Like it's got to be on his 11th birthday. I'll wait for the party to be over, but he cannot turn 11 in one day. Otherwise, the moment's gone. Like you could have easily waited until he was 11 and a half and just done it without announcing it to the wife. But you had to announce it to her because there was a lot scheduled that day. You're like, you needed to get on the schedule.
No, but that's because there's a rite of passage involved. I mean, this is
that mom has to be a part of. I don't think so. Mom has to be a part of the right. I don't think so.
Mom
that's my point. He could have waited 6 months and not even brought it up.
Anyway, it became almost 12 months. Instead, actually, it was 1 day shy of a full 12 months. The last day of his 11th year. No, that was negotiated.
The greatest heist of modern.
So anyway, I start the movie. It's great. We're loving it. And then
I'm sorry again. Where is mom during this? Like, is she?
Oh, not in the room. No,
nowhere. Like not in the house. Like she's like, I'm taking
in the house.
Yeah, I'm taking our daughter.
Is she upstairs getting his room ready for a little tuck in?
This was just me and him. So very specifically ordered so. And nonetheless, for anyone who knows their Conan, he had already the problem arose 20 minutes into the movie. So Conan has lost his parents. He's gone to the wheel of time and pushed the big thing around and become a gladiator. And then he's released. And when he runs out into the desert wilderness, he finds an old tomb because he's being chased by wild dogs. And he jumps up to the top.
I have not seen this, so just
what?
Easy.
You never saw Conan?
Oh, he's having a bit of sport with us.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure of it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, he hides in there, and in there is a witch. And this witch starts casting spells and crawling around on the ground, and her animal skin outfit and being very seductive
comes off.
And I look to my right on the couch, and my kid has crawled backwards up into the corner of the couch, and like up on the top of it, and. He
out of fear, or so that you couldn't see what he was doing.
What's going on.
Yeah,
I had to ask. And then, you okay? And he said, "My penis is getting hard."
Wow.
I don't know what show this is, but it's giving me a boner.
Anyway, I was short for ideas, and I
short. Hey-o.
Anyway, what I said was, well, I think that's what she's trying to do to Conan.
Oh my God, Kyle!
Thank God you didn't say "me too." That would have been the worst.
Anyway, the best part of the most securing part of this story is that he remembers none of this.
Oh, delightful.
Right.
Well,
It wasn't some traumatic.
Kids doing drugs isn't a bad thing always.
I sure hope he doesn't know how to listen to a podcast.
I didn't mention his name.
No, neither did I. But his lawn mowing business might take a hit. I don't know.
My first movie with my kids, I never had that movie. I mean, I think my first movie was that I got my kids to watch was actually Dr. Strangelove.
What? How old
I had
were
my
they?
kids.
Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit.
They were probably, well, it was actually with Olivia. It was, she was about 19 years old, 19 or 20. And I just like, you got to watch this movie. It's really funny. It's got one of the greatest lines in the world ever, scripted and uttered by
Better than "I must break you."
Peter
Rocky
Sellers. Yeah, I got that. But Peter Sellers in the war room.
Wow.
He is
And
not
the
a
Russians
man.
that are all
He is
fighting, and he
machine.
says, "Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room." I mean, I don't know how you get better than that. The only line better than that would be Batman with Adam West, the movie, when he says,
The only
"Some
line-
days you just can't get rid of a bomb." That's right up there. But
I think Time
gentlemen,
Bandits-
you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Nothing
Yeah,
better
that's
than that.
beautiful.
Like, not even, that's a big ass turtle.
Well,
a
I
good
don't
one.
get. I was going to go into camera. Damn it! And you jumped the ship. Or jumped
No,
the
we'll
shark,
get there.
whatever.
Time Bandits, they say. So that's what the invisible barrier looks like.
I have some questions for you fellas.
Oh, yeah. This is a good
Are
time.
we allowed to do that?
3.
It's your, it's
I
your
would like
podcast.
to know. Here's question number one. Question number one.
Yeah.
What is the now? We've obviously we talked about
All right,
movies
slow
that
down,
had a very big
slow
impact.
down, slow
had a
down.
Very big impact on us as adolescents. We wanted to pass that on. That's all fine. But what is the movie that you have seen the most times?
Yeah.
I know
about
I know the answer.
Oh, well, tell
I think
us
we all
your
have
answer.
the same answer actually.
Because I don't know.
It was. I've got two because one was as a child and one was as an adult. They changed.
Cool.
But what you've seen one more than the other. How would they change? I mean, overall,
because the time,
Because one of the things he does.
the
Wizard
the
of Oz.
recording mechanisms, the technology changed. Like, I don't have a way to tell you how many times I watched the original Superman on VHS with my brother in the early 80s as I do to tell you how many times I've seen The Natural on DVD as a grown
You've
ass
mentioned
man.
that one before. And Jay,
I've watched
I have
it so many times.
really,
I have
would
I have
you
a
say
confession
that's your
to make.
favorite movie?
To John, I can't say that. It's way up there. Kyle
have no
has a
favorite
confession.
I've
That's your
never
confession.
seen it. Yeah.
Oh, you've never seen The Natural. Okay. This is okay. This doesn't trouble me.
Have you ever heard of Robert Redford?
I have. I love Robert.
Well, that's a start.
God.
That's a start.
But in the early 1980s, we had a VCR, and then we got one of the models that could record from television. I guess the early models would just play something, and then you got that record button. And at
VCP.
one point, Superman came on broadcast television, and we recorded it, and me and my brother just watched and watched and watched and watched.
Wow.
It was, and my parents were like, "That's wholesome enough, okay," and this let us do it. I don't know, 20 times, 30 times in the course of a year. Like we just we burned it out. So that was, and that was formative to me as a child. As a grown up, certainly easily The Natural is the thing. And that I've shared with my son, who was big into baseball. I was like, oh, Thomas, if you like baseball, you gotta.
There's not many, I guess, dramas I would say I watch over and over again. Most of mine are comedies.
What would be the movie you think you watch the most?
Oh, God. Probably A Christmas Story. I mean, but that's because of pure numbers. But
because you do it yearly?
I can...
Well,
the movies I can always go back to.
When I said the most, I was referring to numbers. That's kind of what I meant by the most.
But I guess I only watch that once a year, where they're like Tropic Thunder and Big Lebowski. I watch a lot.
Okay, then let me. I will say the movie I've watched the most is Lake Texarkana Gamera. I've seen. I think I've seen
because it's your job.
Because you're contractually obligated to do so.
What is that movie then? All right, what is that movie though? That when you come home from whatever, or we finish a podcast and you decide, I got to unwind, I can't go to bed yet, I'm all wound up because of the excitement of the podcast. So I'm going to go watch them, flip on the TV, make another drink, and just kind of watch something. Oh, look what's on. I got to watch that now till the end.
Well, I have directors. Well, I have, I can't go that granular.
There are tons of those for me. There are tons of those for me. Die Hard is certainly one that will show up from time to time.
I'm so over Die Hard.
Really?
I can't do it anymore.
Ooh.
I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna put my foot down at Christmas. I'm not going to do it. I'm so over it.
Speaking of,
Shawshank Redemption is the movie
easy.
For me.
I did take
absolutely
make sure the kids saw the Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original Dr. Seuss.
Oh yes.
So now I can change it.
But that's not. Is that a movie? I mean, that's really
John
a TV show.
Stole Christmas.
So you're talking about the original animated with Boris Karloff.
Yeah,
not a movie.
Yeah, but that's not a movie. Really.
Okay, fine, Grinch.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that because I'm also the same way about the Charlie Brown Christmas. I mean, that's the best Christmas special to me.
Yeah, not a movie, but Christmas Story. I mean, there's holiday movies that you force on your kids. You know, and Wizard of Oz is Easter? Is that when that comes out?
Is that right? That's so weird.
Yeah, it used to only come out once a year.
It's like,
Willy Wonka.
To me, that's like Gone with the Wind is spring. Like, why is Wizard of Oz Easter?
I don't know. I mean, well, I asked if that was it. I just knew it. No, it came out at a certain time of year.
So let me ask you this, both to you fellas. What is the movie you hated the most?
I
got one right off the bat here, guys. $1 Million Baby. Great movie that I never want to see.
Speaking of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it has nothing to do with him. Just the whole.
He directed the damn thing. What do you mean?
I was literally. I had no idea what I was getting into. So this is me coming into a movie blind, and I did not know. I thought I was in for the female Rocky, right? Hilary Swank was going to go kick the ass of the rest of the boxing world, and end up being this horrendous "I want to kill myself" movie, and so I'm never watching it.
Jay, how about you? What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Probably The Last Jedi.
Wow, you're shitting on Star Wars?
No,
are you serious?
No, just Ryan Johnson.
Damn,
only Ryan Johnson.
Star Wars. George Lucas is a huge fan of this podcast.
Yeah,
I mean, he listens to this thing religiously.
Well, everything that George Lucas oversaw, big fan. Ryan Johnson, less so.
Okay, well, that was a nice recovery, but I still sketch on.
I'm still on my first crest, son.
For you, John, Yeah.
I do have a worst movie.
Boy, it's
Most hated, I believe, is what
it's Lake Texarkana Gamera, which
It's the same movie I've seen the most amount of times.
which I watch 46 times a year contractually. That is.
Yes. No, I would say most of the movies made in the 80s, except for Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
All right. So look what you just did.
Yeah. I'm
Look
the
what
bad
you
guy.
just did.
Yeah, I'm the bad guy.
We're actually coming to a point where we're supposed to wrap the episode, or should do, and you've opened up a can of worms that will take another 45 minutes, or a part two, which we promised we would
do.
Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club. Tell me why it's awful. 16 Candles.
I loved it.
Ferris
It was
Bueller.
okay.
Better Off Dead. Real Genius.
All right, hold on.
Real Genius.
Let me paraphrase or rephrase. You said your most hated movie is most of the movies from the 80s. Give us your top example and why you feel that way.
What are the worst movies of the 80s?
And what's your problem? What's your borp, dude?
I've got a huge problem.
I know that.
Sounds like
what's
you're
your
talking
problem?
out of your
Weekend
ass.
at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's. I mean, come on.
Okay.
That is a yes. A critically
I mean,
bad
let me put it this way.
Yes.
Weekend at Bernie's 2. I mean, how long is the guy fucking dead? We're just gonna keep it going. He's
Wait,
just,
that means you saw one of your most hated movies and was like, I've got to go see the sequel.
Yeah, gotta
and then
go
you
see
were like, now I know that I really hate it.
No, I'm really hating things.
truth be told,
I wanted more hate.
I've never seen either movie, but they're my most hated movies.
What?
I know.
Wow, that's great. That's
But
so
I
great.
What about the
give you-
Lost
it's
Boys?
funny.
How bad
Here's
did you
a fun
hate the
segue.
Lost Boys and the Predator?
I
and
love the Lost
Terminator?
Boys. I love
And Beverly Hills
fuck you.
Cop.
I love that.
And Trading Places.
That's from the 80s.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Your
I
most
love-
hated
my-
era of movies.
Yeah.
All right.
Full Metal Jacket.
That's not from the 80s.
You're right.
That's 90s. No, Full Metal
Had to
Jacket's from
throw in
90s.
All right.
Pull it up. Look it up, dude.
I know.
Google
You're
it.
right. You're right.
It's
I
90s.
just kept.
It's 90s.
But Fletch,
I'll give you-
Fletch was a nice surprise
Fletch I like.
when I was showing my kids. Once we got past
Foul Play. That's when Chevy Chase was at his peak.
We're not talking about movies we hate anymore somehow. For me, Money from the same era, Money Pit. I didn't enjoy that at all. It was very frustrating. Just
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Hadn't really found it yet, had he?
Right?
Shelley Long.
Yeah.
Shelley Long was a.
I hate Shelley Long. I'm sorry.
Well, we don't have to get
Sorry.
personal, but yes, I can
Why is it
understand.
She rejected
Why are
me
you so
numerous times.
No,
That one time when I was on a trip with Bob
That one-
Odenkirk and
That one
Shelley Long
email,
was.
that one email I sent to Shelley Long, she rejected me.
No, she was notoriously spoken as someone who was
Rejectional.
difficult to work with.
Rejectional.
That she was the character she played is what I've always heard.
Right. Typecast.
Yes.
Typecast.
Yeah,
But what I was going to tell you is, here are my top movies. I'm going to give them to you real quick, rapid fire,
great. Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
in no particular order. But Jaws, Apocalypse Now, Blazing Saddles, Holy Grail, Batman with Adam West, Doctor Strangelove, The Cowboys with John Wayne, and Lake Texarkana Gamera.
I love that last one.
I know
So
you do.
which ones did you show your children?
I've shown them all of those movies.
Good.
I've shown them all of them.
You have
And they understand things about like Blazing Saddles and Gamera, the satire.
You have
don't-
spoken about the satire of Lake Texarkana Gamera and your children's understanding of satire. Like, this story is emblazoned in my mind because it's important to all of us as the creators of Lake Texarkana Gamera. Do you have different or separate stories for all three of your children and the experience of watching Lake Texarkana Gamera? Did they receive it in different ways at their different ages?
Oh yes, 100%. My youngest thought it was stupid. My middle
on the first viewing, but what about the seventh viewing?
Well, they're watching it right now on the 15th
Of course
viewing.
There you go.
They've got the whole, like why
The toothpicks on the eyelids. Let me know.
Toothpicks and
Yeah,
eyelids.
let me know their review
Yeah.
after tonight. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
did you get them to watch Clockwork Orange?
my son, Clockwork Orange, exactly. A great movie. But my daughter, if y'all remember that time that we did a screening at a coffee house in Houston, our hometown.
Yeah,
and
good reception.
We did that. We had a great crowd show up, and my daughter was brand new in college at the University of Houston in the theater department. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to bring a bunch of my friends. It's like, oh, I think they'll love it. It's great satire. It's great fun. And like that group of people were so awoke. They all walked out going, well, I didn't think that was funny at all. I don't understand what that was offensive. And my daughter, pardon me, Olivia was like, what is your problem? Did you not understand the satire and the whatever? And
It happens.
But it's a funny movie, but it's to me, it's
the
one of the
point is to
one of the
make
funniest movies
fun
ever.
of the things that you find offensive. We're making
Exactly.
fun of that. Do you get
Right.
it, fellow college kids?
My kids did. I was better in my decision making for like Blazing Saddles and things like that. Where if you're going to
What
show
do you
satire,
mean better?
in my timing
Why don't you
than I
explain
was
yourself, Jones.
better in my timing than I was with Conan.
Oh,
I
better
thought
than
you meant
yourself,
better than
not
I
better than
was.
John Swayze. That's okay.
I'm
thank you.
way better than John Swayze.
Well,
but
we know that,
uh,
but the point is,
That's why
Yeah,
I was
but-
confused. Like I thought we all
Yeah.
knew that part. That was
But
that
like-
threw me.
Like I do have a success story or two where it was my daughter's birthday and
11th birthday.
and not the I don't remember the age, but it was younger
Your
than
wife does. Can you ask
it
her
was
right quick?
younger. No, not this one. She won't know.
Not
But
this wife.
Actually, she might know. One birthday a week when it's your birthday in the Jones house, you get to pick where you eat and you get to pick what we watch that night. And my daughter, I don't remember what she picked to eat, but I do remember that she wanted to watch Monty Python's Life of Brian.
Okay. Do you have a wild
That is
guess?
success.
No, this is huge. This is huge. I have some follow-up questions. Do you have a wild guess on the age? Within 2 years, within 3 years?
12. 13.
12 years old. And why had she seen that before?
Because of me. That's definitely on. We didn't get to my full list of shit I forced on my children.
Okay,
but I forced
so how many-
Monty Python on my kids.
How many times had she seen that best guess before
Oh,
she was
maybe
like, this is
twice.
my birthday? Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
not much.
That's
but it left
impactful.
an impact.
That's impactful.
It bounced back.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. And her friends that she had over for her birthday party hated every second of it.
Yeah, yes.
well done, Kyle. Well
Yeah.
done, man. That's
And
awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Did she have an Olivia Swayze moment, which was like, you guys do understand, right? The fact that this film explores certain themes that should be meaningful to you right now, but they aren't for some reason. Okay, whatever. All right, we're done.
Probably closer to you just don't get it.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's close enough, man.
Yeah. She'd be a little more
There,
sharp.
I didn't do enough deep dive before this to think about that topic, which was when have your children spoken up in a way that was like, I didn't prompt this, but all of a sudden you've said something that is my dream come true. And wasn't ready for it. But yeah, when they were like, my favorite thing of all time is this thing, which happens to be your thing. And you're like, oh my God, my heart.
Well, I
I didn't see that coming.
I did ask my I wasn't able to ask Sam, but I know his will be like the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings is his world, and Star Wars. That's just like his universe. And so I had
Josh, my son Josh, his world is Star Wars. And he loves Harry Potter.
But when I asked my daughter, is like, okay, what do you remember me making you watch? And that that you question. Still it got more in depth. It was a discussion. It wasn't a flat question. It was just, what did I show you? And there were a lot of what we did and a lot of things I forgot, like Back to the Future.
I got to say, thank you for mentioning
She really remembers Back to the Future.
Out of context, you're like, what do you remember making you watch? That just sounds weird.
Well, no, I did. She does. She is.
Dude, throw a movie title out there for God's sake. What do you remember making you look at? What was the things you made me watch? Remember when you watched me? And you watched things? What's going on with that? What did you like the most? God damn, throw a fucking movie title in there so we know what's going on.
To be fair, she did mention things I never even showed her.
That's not fair. That doesn't make things fair.
That's how much she was paying attention to.
Now I want to edit this more than before. Yeah.
Fern Gully.
Or Fern Gully.
Call
that
it
was
Avatar.
An animated thing, right?
Avatar is the same thing. She.
That's
Grease. Grease. They love Grease. She loves Grease.
Well, that's not a thing.
Probably her wife.
My kids love Mamma Mia.
I want to get back to Fern Gully.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get back to Fern Gully, which your daughter believes you forced her to watch and she disliked, but you never.
No, I don't know. She was just, at that point, she was just listing things I had forced her to watch, but she included that, and I was like, I never forced you to watch that. I don't even know if I've seen the whole thing.
Exactly. That's fascinating to me. Like, why would come up? And that time that you made me watch Police Academy 4, what?
It's no Police Academy 2, but if you want to credit that. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
But it's also,
Go ahead, John.
Okay, well, I was just going to say that, one of the things that's interesting is that we are trying to introduce our kids to these movies, to these films. But when we were their age, that's what we went to go see was the movies. We went to the theater. We went to go see them.
Right. The experience.
Now, dude, there's so many options that they're like, I mean, I guarantee you right now, my daughter is watching something on TV and looking at her phone at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, it's a different universe.
They're multitasking and whatever. It's just like
don't ruin this, John.
I mean, no, I'm just saying when we
No, he's going to.
He's going to make sure quick,
he ruins this.
I'm just saying that when you say like go experience this great film and watch it, it's like the kids today they're not watching it. They're like going, yeah, okay, and they're like, I got a thing going on here. And
there's an HBO
and they're listening. They're listening.
I think I know what you're getting at, which is that we as grown-ass men have this interest in passing these things on to our children, to sharing these things with our children, to giving a lesson that we have learned from a film to our children, and they are in a different era. They have different inputs and environments that make it so that they they cannot experience them in the way. It's almost like a wait for it, Mission Impossible.
Bingo. I mean, think about this. Either. Like if your grandfather came up to you and said, Jay, this is a book I read when I was a lad. I'd like you to read it. You'll love it.
Can you do that with a bit, can you do that with a bit more Norwegian? Would you mind?
No, I can't. I can't do Norwegian.
He can't.
Really?
I don't want to hear it.
I don't know Norwegian. I don't know. This is a book you read as a lad.
Have you ever heard of the Swedish Chef? No one would know the difference. Jay, orga borga dorga, garga norga tigo, roba kota. Yes, of course, Grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any Werther's originals?
I've got a whole pocket full of them. I think that's the same thing.
Frago dorga of Werther's originals, garga norga riga, Jay.
So I've got a little list, a quick list of things. I've got 5 movies that I was told to make a list of 5 from my family when I was talking to them about this, of what did you make me watch? And it was it's less movie titles, but kind of genres, I guess.
It's less movie titles and more kind of emotions and how much hatred they have for you.
It'll make
less
more
movie
sense.
titles, more interaction with the father.
Yeah, so it'll make more sense when I say
you
the
just
word.
not talk to me, Dad? That'd be simple.
Muppets.
Muppets.
Wow.
One of your
Oh,
favorite.
no.
Dude, you were a big Muppets fan. I know that.
Yeah. So I made him watch the Muppet
huge,
movie.
You're a
Great
Jim
Muppet
Henson.
Caper.
You're a Jim Henson champion.
Those are the big ones, and then I went to the more of the TV shows and stuff. Muppets Take Manhattan is good, but there was something off as our main character was a human.
Is this
and not
number
a
2
Muppet.
on your list of 5, or is this an offshoot of number
Star
1?
Wars was number 1.
I'm so
The very
confused right
first
now.
one.
Star Wars franchise. This was all led up to John Swayze.
Oh, my
No, wait a minute. You're talking about stuff you don't want them to see.
Well, no, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
hold
sorry,
on. Hold
I
on.
misunderstood that. Yeah,
Let me reset. I think I can do
Right.
it.
All right.
Kyle was talking about 5 things that his children recalled that he forced them to watch. We've got Muppets and Star Wars. Is that 1
Okay,
and 2?
okay.
And there
Fair
are
enough,
3
fair
other
enough. I got
items.
it.
Is that right?
No,
speed.
no.
I'm not up to speed.
I was able to come up with 5 things that I know I have forced my kids to watch. And
Yes.
they're not necessarily a movie, but more of
Can
a
we talk about that on this
group.
podcast?
For example, the Rocky franchise or the Star Wars franchise. It's not one movie, it's a whole thing. I'm going to make you watch Star Wars stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're up to
That's all I'm
4.
talking about.
Muppets, Star Wars, Rocky.
I didn't do Rocky. That's you.
You just said Rocky. For example, Rocky.
using that.
You did
as
say
a-
Rocky.
For
He was
example.
giving an example.
Oh
I
my
see.
God!
That
This
was,
episode will never end. Oh,
that was an FE. That was an FE.
I was trying to
For
make
example.
a quick list, but you guys kept
Try
interrupting.
it again. Quick list. Kyle Jones. Go.
Muppets, Star Wars, Monty Python, Coen Brothers, Clue.
Wow. You mentioned a whole genre and then one movie?
Genre, yeah.
And then Clue is just one movie.
Is the list of Star Wars longer than the list of Coen Brothers?
No.
Okay. Coen Brothers
Coen-
is the
wait.
longest thing on the list.
Oh, all the Coen Brothers. Oh, well, no. There are a couple I'll skip, but Raising Arizona showed them very early. And then once it started getting a little, Coen Brothers get a little nasty, but now I can watch many of them, and they
Many of them.
all too.
Star Wars has fully 7 feature films and countless series and maybe
Yeah.
a couple animated ding dongs. But
Right.
the Coen Brothers have how many films in their filmography?
I don't know the number, but
Oh, I thought you were a fan. That's
it's worth it.
okay.
They also have, some other offshoots and ones where one directed and one wrote, or they picked up another story. They're great.
All right.
Jay?
Anyway, that's
We
my
I have nothing to offer except for one final question to Kyle Jones, maybe to send us home. Speaking of Coen Brothers,
hey, thanks for including me,
because we've spoken about already. This is thanks to you, John Swayze.
Yep.
This is thanks to you, the greatest film quote of all time. Kyle Jones, could you give us the greatest from Raising Arizona?
Inconvenient for you. Wrong, Mr. Pickford.
Wrong movie,
altogether.
Chief. Wrong movie, Chief. Wrong movie altogether.
He was right.
I'm sorry. I'm
Raising
so sorry.
Arizona, the greatest quote
that's where you
from
put
Raising
your dice,
Arizona.
Jay? That's where you put your eggs, eh? Good job. I don't know why we let you run this damn show.
Raising Arizona is
You were just talking about what an enormous Coen Brothers fan you are.
yeah. I'm trying to
feel
think
like
of
you could probably
50,000
pull a
quotes.
Okay.
raise.
Right, I'm gonna-
yeah,
let's
do
50,000
this.
to choose from.
Just okay. Hang on.
John
Let's
is
do this.
is
Let's do
thwarting
this.
me.
We will sign off with this.
Click
What
the
is
leave
your
button.
favorite?
Inconvenient.
What is your
for
favorite
you.
line? Stop that, Kyle Jones. What is your favorite line from your best movie? Whatever. What is your favorite line? We're going to start with Jay. We're going to go to Kyle. We're gonna
Wow,
go to me.
that's rough.
Wow.
Okay.
So we've got
Yeah.
10 seconds to come up with the best line of any movie ever.
10 seconds. Who gave you 10 seconds?
Yeah, who gave said
gonna
10
go
seconds?
there now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Comrades,
Let's-
this is your captain speaking. It is an honor to speak to you today, and I'm honored to be sailing with you on the maiden voyage of our motherland's most recent achievement. Once more, we play a dangerous game, a game of chess, against our old adversary, the American Navy. Your fathers and brothers before you played this game, and played it well. But today, the game is different. Am I over 10 seconds yet? Was that 10 seconds?
That was great.
No, that was great.
I'm not gonna count
that was
against you.
that was the best line ever of Adam West. That was great.
The order is engage the silent tribe.
So that is Sean Connery.
What gave it away?
What movie though? Red October?
Yeah, Red October.
Sounds like the hunt from Red
because
October.
that's the only film in which he said the word comrades.
He did say
He never said comrades in Finding Forrester. I'll tell you that much.
in the Highlander
But
he was a Spaniard and said pendejo. Pendejo.
Which reminds me of my time in the Highlands, pendejo.
Junior.
You're the man now, dog.
You're the man now, pendejo.
What's Kyle? What's your favorite line from a movie?
Kyle,
like
I gave
that
you
shirt.
2 minutes to think about it. I just gave you two full minutes.
Launching. Okay. All right.
What does
I like that
launching
shirt.
mean?
It means he was ready to vomit. His line.
Okay, that's a nice interpretation. I thought it was something worse.
That coffee's for closers. I don't know.
Boo! Boo! Wow! Look who didn't do their research. John,
No,
please say
that
I've
wasn't
got
my
it.
line. I was going to.
You
Go ahead.
know, someday this war is going to end.
Ha! I know exactly what that.
Robert Duvall from Apocalypse Now.
I'm going to over here in the wings.
Yeah,
please. Oh my gosh, yes,
Table
of course.
recognizes Kyle Jones.
One of my favorite, my favorite movie indeed. And that line, may I give you a line read?
Please do.
Yeah, we're all waiting.
Robert Duvall, explosions are
Robert.
happening while we're surfing. And he says, you know, one day this war is going to end. In other words, that'll suck. He enjoys the war happening.
Oh, he
Because
does
they have
enjoy
the
the war.
perfect surf
Are you
spot.
trying to? Are you correcting me on my interpretation?
Subverting, I think. Subverting is what that word, the verb is.
Correcting is the... Well, why did you like that line?
Because I thought the absurdity of it was so poignant of one day this war is going to end. Well, of course it's going to end at one point, but it was going on so strongly and he was so confident that it was going to end. It was just, to me, it was stupid. It was like, because it was a very senseless war. It was a very, to go, it's going to end was like, why did it even begin? I mean, there's a whole lot to
me. I had a visceral experience to that line as well. And it was, to me, it was because he's watching his guys out there surfing amongst the bombs.
I will say this, that Robert Duvall in Apocalypse Now had probably some of the greatest lines ever. Like, if I say it's safe to surf, it's safe to surf. And they're out there surfing.
Charlie, don't
bombs
surf.
Are going off. Charlie, don't surf. Yeah. I mean, it's just, it is great stuff, man.
Anyway, an amazing
Kyle
line.
Kyle is still amazingly not rendered his favorite line. So I will attempt to end it here, which is to pose a choice to Kyle. I will deliver a small bit of dialogue from a film which contains, I think, in this dialogue, the two best lines, and you pick which you think. This is two characters in a film that we all know delivering a line to each other, and which one of these lines is the greatest line of all time? Your new favorite. Here goes. They got any cold beer in there? No, they don't. Which one is the greatest line of all time?
No, they don't.
Wow. All right.
Sorry, John.
Kyle, and listen, at least we have reached some sort of decision. Kyle has picked his favorite line.
That is, by the way, from Lake Texarkana. We should point out to our fans. I said, they got any cold beer in there? And Jay comes back with, no, they don't. And it was a great line.
The greatest scene in movie history, no doubt. But if we had to dissect it to find the greatest line, Kyle has picked his favorite. And so finally we have an answer from Kyle, which is in itself its own miracle. And with that, I think, gentlemen, we might have reached it. I don't know.
Where is it?
Do you dare say it?
What is that?
Listen, I'm not a doctorate candidate in reaching the bottom of the barrel, but I know a thing or two. I think we're close. We might have reached it.
You are a sewer rat.
Ouch.
Which means we have reached the bottom of the barrel.
Movie.
Look at Kyle Jones ruining everything for once. I'll say we've done it and scene. Thank you. Well, we did it. We finally hit bottom. I knew we could. Thanks, everybody. If you'd like to learn more about this finely distilled product, visit bottomofthebarrelpodcast.com, where you can find our previous episodes, merch, and even some Patreon options. If you want to tell us how smart we are, or how stupid we are, or if you have a topic you want us to dive into, hit us up on our socials. Bottom of the Barrel Podcast is on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Research, writing, and hosting duties for Bottom of the Barrel are taken up by John Swayze, Kyle Jones, and Jay Hickman. Our producer and sound engineer is Dave Lasco. Our business and digital manager is Olivia Swayze. And our composer-arranger is Jonathan Benjamin. We also offer our sincere appreciation to our collaborators, without whom we'd merely be floating somewhere around the middle of the barrel. Big thanks to Afshar Karat, Keegan Dalio, and Patrick Marrero. Finally, we'd once again like to thank our sponsor, Trinicom, which you can find at trinicom.com. That's TRINICOM.com. We'll see you next time at the bottom of the barrel.